Look at this dev blog. So we got 4 new ships: French battleship Picardie, Italian cruiser Michelangelo, Soviet battleship Navarin, and Soviet cruiser Komissar. So here's Picardie at tier 8. This looks like a Leon, but up-tiered.
18 ships,
Okay.
2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Islands of...
It's a hypothetical alteration of Leon. Key difference is the main battery. Picardie is armed with 16 305, 19 10 guns. Okay. What does she have normally? What does Leon have normally?
Doesn't Leon have 340s?
I don't know. I have to move the division window to
Yeah,
get
it has
my...
340s.
Okay. So it's got... Wait.
It has the same amount of guns, but lower caliber.
Lower caliber. Okay. Well,
But if they're the ones of the Toulon, then I think the Toulon has a slightly better reload than the Leon on these guns.
So, here. Let me do this. Toulon. The artillery. These are 305 1910s. Okay. Now these are quad turrets. And reload of 28 seconds. And now you compare
Leon
that
has
to the
30.
no. So my guess is it's going to have cruiser dispersion. So you get rid of the French shotgun, perhaps? Yeah,
Since
Leon
it's
is being
up here,
Mecklenburg.
probably, yeah. Actually, there's the parameters listed below.
Okay.
25 seconds reload for these guns.
Well, you got to do something to. I mean, you're down tiering its guns, right? Or at least in terms of their caliber. So.
And you get a
Gotta do
reload
something.
booster.
Wait. Wait a second. World of Warships. Oh my goodness, World of Warships. Thank you for the raid, guys. Welcome aboard, everybody. We are trying to make heads or tails of this dev blog that just released. And you guys, those of you that don't know, welcome aboard. That's Stevie, and that's Prue. Prue, unfortunately, passed last year.
World of Warships raided my stream with 3,223
But you can see Stevie hanging out down there. Well, thank you, Duckman, for your power. Hashtag Great Lord Zath. Yuck Digo, hello. So, yeah, so we're trying to look at this dev block here, and something seems kind of odd, of course. It's got lower caliber guns, but higher rate of fire. So that's nice. That's cool. 10-kilometer ASW for tier 8, is that appropriate? That's about
good.
right. Yeah.
That's good.
Got your secondary armament that everybody loves.
Concealment is really good.
Let's take a look. Where is... Here. Surface detectability 13.9 stock.
It's like 11.3 fully upgraded.
Yeah. Now the Leon's concealment. This calls for a song. That's right, Duckman. Faster guns, smaller guns, faster firing, faster turning. It has main battery load booster, as Grunty mentioned. So the Leon has a base C detect of 15.4. So this is actually stealthier stock. And don't forget, at tier 8, you can mount the concealment module as well as the commander. That's interesting. What about hit point pool? Let's take a look. So survivability, stock Leon is 53,400.
So is the Picardie. It's the same.
Yep.
It's not good.
And so you're taking
But
it
they
up a
upped the
tier
plating.
to 32. True. What's the plating on 30? 30 and 26 on the Leon. So yeah, so we do see better plating for this. That's nice. Okay.
Looks potentially strong. The hit points might be a problem, but
Okay.
the damage output seems incredibly good.
It's a battle cruiser. 27 knots speed. Rudder shift. Look at the turning circle. 700 meters. That's the same turning radius and the same speed as the Leona Tier 7. Same rudder shift time as well.
That's gotta be a regular battleship, this version though. But the Sigma is so bad too, right? Yeah, the accuracy is gonna be a problem.
Does it say what the Sigma is?
1.5.
Okay, that's quite low. Well, it's in testing, so we'll see what happens. Next up is the Tier 9 Michelangelo. This looks, I mean, kind of like a Brindisi, I guess. This is a cruiser. Even displacement battleship designs in the form of a large cruiser or a cruiser killer. Huh. Okay. Those of you guys that came in on the raid, by the way, we do have giveaways going. Exclamation point ticket gets you into the giveaway. You have to be a follower to win, so just click that follow button if you'd like. It doesn't cost you anything. An Italian breast.
SAP secondaries.
8 320mm guns. Those are big guns for a cruiser. Moskva guns. No, Moskva's 220. So what am I thinking? Chief of speed over 30 knots. Okay. Sap secondaries. Large HP pool, good concealment, repair party. Does have repair party, which is good. But it does not have good armor citadel protection. Does have the smoke. And oh, this is huge. And the hydro. Because usually Italian cruisers don't have hydro. They've got the smoke, but they don't have hydro. And this is hydro with long range, too. She doesn't have engine boost. Okay. I want to know about these consumables. Hydro. Ship. Oh. 6 kilometers? Limited firing angles. Secondaries fore and aft. Go back up to the picture. I see the secondary here and these on the side.
I have a fancy feeling that's not gonna stay like this.
This is, I mean, so this makes it a very fun ship for smoking up, charging into a cap, popping your hydro, and just not fire. You have to have trigger discipline, not firing your main guns, and just like let your secondaries, your sap secondaries, go to town. Okay, could be fun, and you get SAP. You get sap primaries and sap secondaries, so you can double sap a lightly armed cruiser or a destroyer, and yeah, just dev strike it. That's a good point, P-Wims. Main guns are in the middle of the superstructure. What?
These guns have to do only over penetration damage to destroyers.
Not if they're using sap.
A battleship SAP also is only over penetration damage. Imagine
we'll
if
see.
you could deal 3,000 damage as pen damage to a destroyer and you have 8 of these guns.
I know.
It's just like 24,000 pen damage plus your secondaries if you see one. There's no way this is gonna stick.
Italian ship's guns are at the center, so you have to give broadside to fire them.
So the sap shell is 320 millimeters. That's over the threshold, so it's gonna be only over pens.
Only over pens. Okay.
Thank God. What was the threshold? 283?
283 is correct.
All right. So yeah, you're not gonna fire all your guns in the ship if you want to get the rear guns in on it.
I assume it's above 283 if it follows the same rule of SAP.
So, what the hell is this? Tier 9 Navarin. It looks like it's got 2 turrets in the rear. These are massive turrets on a hull that looks like it absolutely cannot support it.
Is it me or does the ship look like it wants to jump forward at any moment?
Like, what can happen?
No, it looks like it wants to jump forward.
Yeah. Kind of does. Bugs Bunny 695, thank you for the follow. 1917 Russian battleship designed for the Black Fleet. Traditional name for Russian Navy. So it's an Ismail. Okay, so you're going to take an Ismail hull and you're going to slap on top of it ridiculous guns. 12 406mm guns that have low accuracy. The aft end main battery turret can rotate 360 degrees. The ship is also armed with a large number of rapid-firing secondary guns. Unlike Tech Tree Soviet battleships, main battery guns have standard dispersion, and the ship has low hit points. At the same time, it's equipped with numerous fast-firing secondaries with a standard battleship's firing range, and has good concealment. Therefore, a ship will perfectly suit players who enjoy risky and quick ambushes. Quarters. With the turrets in the back like this, though, I mean, I get it. 1360 is nice.
What does Wargaming consider a standard battleship dispersion these days? Is that the American one or is that the French one, like the really
It's
bad one?
American. I would say American since they're pretty similar. I mean,
The French is the worst. By a large margin, no.
there
So,
shouldn't be that much difference, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was a huge buff when they approved the German ones from the French/German ones to the USN ones.
See if they post.
Holy crap, that Sigma.
Link posted videos, but I don't see.
What is the max range on this thing?
20.8.
Okay, 20.8. So
Yeah.
what's
Richelieu should have about that, or doesn't it? No, has more.
what's the maximum dispersion then at that range? 268. So that would put it at standard, which is US, roughly speaking.
I'm looking at Elsa's right now at 20.3 kilometers. It has 265, which is very, very close.
Okay. It's got really short range ASW at tier 9, 8 kilometer. Secondary armament, 7 kilometer range. So with buffs and stuff, you went full secondary build, that's what, 9.2 kilometer?
9.2? That's pretty short.
Yeah.
Hold on, 7 kilometers? I think the max you can get it out to is about 10.5-ish.
Okay. 10.1? Thanks, P-Wims. Okay. So it's still kind of lackluster, but they say it's fast-firing secondaries, so...
Fast firing doesn't really mean much, though.
Okay. Fast damage control. Fair party.
That part's pretty important.
Yeah. Is this the slow duration repair party like on Sevastopol?
No.
28 seconds.
Yeah, it's normal. It's the typical Russian battleship setup.
Okay.
Fast control repair parties, one less repair, minus 1 heal.
Yeah, okay. So at least it's a standard heal. Got your dirty water? I need to go get mine. Need to wake up, though? 8:30 p.m. in Deutschland.
That's pretty significant. One less repair party is okay for other Russian battleships because they have a lot of HP. But Navarin specifically has low HP, so that's gonna work.
Gotta
Yeah.
get that first blood on
That
with
might
your
work against
Kuznetsov on it.
Well, it turns into you pretty much need first blood on it, right?
Yeah.
Like you absolutely have to play for that. Now, by
If I just
comparison,
look at this, like, just yeah, I was to say, just compare it to the Sovietsky, no, the
Soyuz.
Russia, the Azur lane right now.
so the Soyuz is 80,900 hit points, and the Azure Lane Sovietsky Rossiya is also 80,900.
No, the Sovietsky, the tech tree one has like 88,000 on the upgraded hull.
Do I not have the upgraded hull on this? I don't.
I
No.
don't know.
Okay, never mind. 88,100. So that's a big difference in hit points.
That is an entire 1,000 below just the Rosia.
Yeah.
And that's almost 2,000 below the tech tree one.
Well,
So,
I mean, you're talking about taking the Ishmael at tier 6. So, what is the Ishmael set up here? Ishmael has 55,900. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely on the very, very low end. Got 12 guns though, but the dispersion looks bad again. Like,
You gotta get close, and then you can miss at close range, and I don't know.
with that Sigma, you can miss at any range.
Right. All right, let's take a
Yeah.
look at the next ship. This is the Soviet cruiser Komissar at tier 10. Comrade Komissar.
Can somebody request Falco Komissar, please, as a song right now?
Came up on announcement. Got here. Okay. Okay, never mind. Can't say it. The hybrid cruiser. Oh. Let's add more. Add more planes to this game.
oh boy. I don't know if a lot of people are going to like it, or they're just used to it because we already have an entire line of them.
Right.
HE rockets again, huh?
Yeah. 240mm main battery guns. Those are quite large.
I mean, that's at least somewhat standard cruiser caliber again.
Did they state what attack planes are they specifically? Because I'm assuming they're Russian.
Let's take a look and see if we can find it. Attack aircraft. I mean, it just gives you the numbers. Some of you guys might recognize that.
Wait,
can't right now.
Aircraft on deck 6? Yeah, that's 100% a Russian squadron.
Yeah, it's a Nakhimov attack
Ooh,
squad.
if those are immune during attack to damage, though,
And it gets
They
it every 2
definitely are.
minutes.
that means you like if they are immune during attack, that means if you're good with them, you're never gonna lose the plane. Will always get an attack off of 6.
Right.
That's pretty damn big. And then the low hit points don't even matter much. Like,
I would expect one to be lost before it launches the attack, but otherwise it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit
You
just
have-
like the the carrier
She's-
version.
She's got
You
10-kilometer
have to eat
torpedoes too.
You have to treat the rocket planes so much with the Russian ones that you can actually start the attack run outside of 6 kilometers.
Yeah. Hi, Major Boss. I mean, it's good against a ship that's going to be sitting still, but somebody that's trying to move. Yes, yeah, I know. Grunty is going robot. 10-kilometer torpedoes.
Yeah.
It's got 240mm main battery guns. I mean, the only negative is really low health pool.
That is abnormally low. 44,000 for a tier
Yeah.
10. Like
Yeah.
that's literally Thou levels of HP.
Test ship Zhao back again.
Test ship Zal actually has more HP. This is kind of weird when you think about it.
Well, this is definitely where you'd want to put Khrushchev on, especially with survivability expert. Or is this where you'd want to put Ovechkin, because it gets the boosted survivability?
What's the consumables?
Let's take a look. As Patton is saying in chat, you have 5 heals. This one's got 4, but you could probably spec into another one, right?
You have one. You start with 1 extra.
40-second cooldown. That's pretty fast. So
It's yeah. It's the fast reloading heal.
I would say since you want to stay at long range and your reload is rather long, the chances of you getting a first blood is rather low, so I'd probably prefer Ovechkin.
mhm. Okay.
Standard Hydro, standard DFAA. So it looks like the unique thing is low HP, fast repair party, and of course the attack planes.
Yep.
Surface detection is not bad, but it's about 12 kilometers, so not exactly the best.
It's not standard defensive anti-air.
Looks like it.
It's American defensive because you get 100% instead of 50%. Okay. And concealment down to 11.5 pattern. So it's 14.2 kilometer stock. Let me go to...
If you multiply by 0.77, it should get you about whatever Patton got.
Let's compare that to a Petro. Petro with concealment module is 13.8. If I take that off right now, 15.3. So it's actually got better concealment than a Petro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's got that going for it.
It looks like it has a very, very high side though. That still looks out there.
High Citadel, maybe.
Might not want to be that close.
It's got a worse turning radius than the Petro. Worse even than the Moskva by 20 meters.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's
And
also
you have
one
to
of the
keep in mind
fastest,
this
though.
this ship has turrets in the back too. So firing angle could be a problem.
You see 2 turrets in the
Definitely
back.
can't just you can't win by cannon of petrol. Definitely like half your damage if you do that.
Yeah, you can't get broadside. I mean, that's just like up here, right? That's just like the Italian cruiser. Same thing. You can't really give broadside. I mean, rare cases. Or jousting can work. I don't know, guys. What are you most
Outside,
Yes,
you need to
Grunty?
show enough with the guns.
What?
I said you can't show the whole broadside because you get deleted, but you need to show at least a little bit to get the guns off.
I think he's
Probably
trying to
very
say you have to show
challenging
too much
well.
side to fire your guns in the rear. And
Uh,
that's probably true.
Does it show the angles anywhere?
No. I didn't see angles at all.
Okay, so I
So,
guess he's basing his experience on previous Russian cruisers.
and looking at the picture and stuff. The question for the Italian cruiser, of course, yeah, does it get the Napoli accuracy with the secondaries? Right. We'll have to see. So, I don't know. What are you guys most excited for these ships? I think the Navarin looks really wonky, but I kind of want to just play with it and see what happens with it. Michelangelo, I don't really care about. Although, what you can do with this ship is what I love doing with the Giuseppe Verdi, which is you smoke up and you just farm sap secondaries on somebody with the battleship. This actually has Hydro, which allows you to spot on top of that, which is nice. Although I don't think it has a plane. No. Okay.
No plane. That's actually a pretty huge drawback.
You're interested in the Komissar? Patton, you're interested in the cruisers? The Picardie might be interesting too, but I don't know. I'm not a huge French battleship enjoyer. So, at tier 7, I enjoyed playing the Leon with secondary build and different operations. You know. But
Hmm.
yeah, she could be fun in brawls. I would agree with you there. I think all of these ships would be fun in brawls. This one would be hella fun in brawls. This one, you could definitely do dirty things in brawls. And then, got the Komissar. The Komissar might struggle the most in brawls. I feel like this ship is more of a, you put yourself in the flank. If you start getting focused too much, you back up behind an island, getting safe, and then you launch your plane and then go do something the next 30 seconds to a minute.
Komissar will probably, of the ones right now, I only see her maybe being. Well, let me see. Komissar is definitely interesting because it looks like they try to combine elements of Zao and the
Mhm.
Antone.
Komissar has torpedoes, by the way. Patton.
Yeah,
10-kilometer torpedoes.
although she can't stealth fire them, so I don't know. They seem of like dubious use at best.
Honestly, I would only think that they're useful for jousting, other cruisers, battleships, whatever.
Yeah, but but unless the fire angles are actually decent, if it's like
Mm.
Zao fire angles, then I would forget they exist.
Yep. Okay. Well, we'll see what comes of all this. I mean, these ships have been obviously announced, but now they have to go through testing and all that kind of stuff. So you'll see these ships out there.
Yep. Always remember these are test ships and not necessarily the final product. Some ships will even go through a radical design change. We've seen that happen before.
Yep.
So don't assume what we have here today is what you eventually get tomorrow.
And that's the one thing, too, that's important. A lot of people will look at numbers and they'll say, is wargaming on crack or something? And, hey, we've all had that experience. But at the end of the day, if the ship is overperforming, you're going to see just a karate chop nerf to it. So, let's...
I've seen too many people fall victim to that. They
Mhm.
either put their hopes on a ship or they immediately dismiss a ship just by the initial stats. Don't
Yep.
do that.
And I'll tell you what, as a tester, I always tell people, you never fall in love with a ship because there's always chances it could be changed after release too, and, whatever. So I never really care that much about test ships until they reach live server. And I'll play them, after they've been released and make my determinations on them then. So, all right, well, let's move on then. Let's get back to what we were doing.